All right, so I want to quickly do a simple introduction to Microsoft Excel. I'll be using the 2016 edition. Then subsequently, I'll be having another introduction on 2019 and Office 365. All right, so let's get started for beginners. This is a beginner's tutorial. So if you think you're way more advanced than this, kindly check out my other videos on more advanced topics. Thank you. Now, but if you're actually a beginner and you want to get started with Microsoft Excel, all right, then this is a must watch for you. Now, like I tell people, the very first thing you need to do to master any application is to get comfortable with the word user interface. So in this particular tutorial, I'll be concentrating more on the user interface. Alright, so launch your Microsoft Excel, then click on the blank document, alright, and it brings you straight to something like what you have on my screen. Alright, now for the benefit of those that do not know how to launch their Microsoft Excel, all you need is click on the start menu, alright. Look for Microsoft Excel on this option, menu options. Mine is here. I'll click on it. So when you click on it, you should have something like this. So go ahead now and click on what? A blank workbook. So we actually want to work with a blank workbook. So when you click on the blank workbook, yes. Now, if you're opening Excel for the very first time on your system, in that as in on a particular day, the very first workbook will be given a default name of Book 1. So you can see the name there, Book 1. And the name of the application is what? Excel. So this portion of your screen is called the title bar. Kindly note, it's called the title bar. Alright. Now next, let's go to our far left. So to our far left, we have what we call the Quick Access Toolbar. The Quick Access Toolbar. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'll be referring to it as the QAT. QAT. That's the Quick Access Toolbar. Now, what exactly do we need a Quick Access Toolbar? As we move on, you will learn more practically what the Quick Access Toolbar is used for. Now, you have commands. You can, if you click on this drop down, it shows you more commands under Customize the Quick Access Toolbar. So if you need to include the new icon, you just click on it. You can see it has appeared there. If you need to click on the print preview icon without necessarily coming to file to click on print or click on new. So for you to access a new or create a new workbook, normally you need to come to file, then click on new. Now, but with the help of the Quick Access Toolbar, all you need to do is just click on the icon new, or of course when we get to keyboard shortcuts, I'll talk more about keyboard shortcuts. All right, so if you click on the icon, the new workbook icon, it creates a new workbook for you. If you need to quickly preview what you want to print, all you need to do is click on file. If you need to by default quickly check what you need to print, you need to click on file and come all the way to print. All right, now when you click on print, it shows you what you want to print. All right, but that is a long way. That's why you can quickly customize your Quick Access Toolbar. Now when you click on this, it takes you there straight up. All right, so that's the whole idea behind the Quick Access Toolbar. Commands you use often, instead of traveling through file to access them, you can quickly, that's where the word quick, so you can quickly access the toolbar once you enable it on the Quick Access Toolbar region of your screen. Now to our far right, we have this particular icon. We use it to customize the ribbon option for any given workbook. Alright, so you can see it says that it's called the ribbon display options. When you click on the ribbon display options, you can auto hide the ribbon. Now you know what the ribbon is. We're coming back to the ribbon very soon. Alright, now you are left with your work area alone. Alright, now if you click on it again, you can enable the tabs. I'll talk about tabs very soon. Alright, so the ribbon itself is broken down into tabs. So for example, we have the Home tab, we have the Insert tab, the Page Layout tab, the Formulas tab, the Data tab, the Review tab, and finally the View tab. At this level, these are the tabs you should bother yourself about. Now, each of these tabs are further broken down into what we call groups of commands. To see the complete ribbon, click on that same ribbon display option icon and click on Show Tabs and Commands. Alright, fine. So we're back to our regular screen. Now you can see the Home tab has its own groups of commands. Now, how do we identify these groups of commands? Just come to the bottom of each of those groups. You see them. So the first group under the Home tab is called the Clipboard group. The next is called the Font group. We have the Alignment group. We have the Numbers group. We have the Styles group, Cells, and Editing group. Kindly note, this is Microsoft Excel 2016. Alright, there are changes in more recent editions like 2019 and 2016, Office 365 rather. Alright, so when we get to all those other editions of Microsoft Excel, I'll talk more about their available tab and group of command options. Alright, now let's click on the Insert tab. Alright, so the Insert tab itself has its own groups of commands. Now, but before I continue with the tabs, let me finish up with the options on this far right. Now we know what the ribbon display option icon is actually used for. Now we have the control buttons. We have the first one, this minus, is called the minimize button. If you click on it, it minimizes your Excel to your taskbar. Alright, so clicking on the taskbar brings back your workbook. Now this middle button actually does two things. One is to restore down. Can you see it reduces the size of your workbook, and if you go back to it, it would maximize your screen back. Alright, if you feel this screen is too big for you and you need to check your desktop while working in Excel, what you need to do is click on the middle button. That will restore the window to a smaller size, or it resizes your window. Then if you need to completely fill out your screen, all you need to do is click on maximize and it fills up your screen. And of course the last button there is the close button. Yes, if you're done working in Excel and you're done saving all what you've worked on and you need to close the application, then you can come there and close the application. I'll be talking about closing the application and closing your workbook. Now you can actually close the workbook without closing the Excel application. I'll show us how to do that much later in this particular video. Alright, so we're done with the top portion. A quick review of what we've covered so far. We said this portion is called the title bar. Alright, so you can see the default name, Book 1, and the name of the application is Excel. Now to our far left, we identify the quick access toolbar. Alright, then to our far right, we talked about the ribbon display option icon and the control buttons. Next, we have our ribbon. Alright, now the ribbon is this entire area. Alright, the entire area here where you have Home, Insert, Page Layout, Formulas, Data, Review, and View. Now, like I was trying to explain earlier on, each of the ribbon basically is broken down into tabs. Alright, so we have, for example, the Home tab, we have the Insert tab, we have the Page Layout tab, we have the Formulas tab, we have the Data tab, the Review tab, and finally the View tab. Kindly note, there are other tabs you can enable as you get more advanced in your Excel journey. But for beginners, these 7 tabs are the tabs you need to master to get to the intermediate level, and from there get to the advanced level, then finally to the power user level. Alright, so coming back to the very first tab, now I would want to quickly take out time to quickly call your attention to the fact that most people confuse the file option, this file tab, as part of the tab of the ribbon. No, the file is not a portion of your ribbon. The file basically connects us to the backstage of our workbook. If you click on the file, hope you saw what just happened. It takes you to the backstage of your workbook. So that's basically where you do some other things. We'll be looking at some of these options much later. All right. So in part 2 of this video, I'll be talking about the tabs, and we'll go to go. All right. Watch out for part 2.